Hello, I'm Nick Sunderland, and as many of you know, I'm an interior designer and Feng Shui educator. Now, my wife is a writer, and generally every day she carries out what she calls free writing, and that's essentially half an hour to an hour or longer, just sitting, writing anything that comes to mind, putting together all sorts of imaginary things onto paper in no particular framework or order. It's just writing down what's in her head. So I've decided to do free filming. Instead of doing something that's organised in front of a camera with a script or something that I need to talk about, I've decided, and thank you for tuning in on this, to do free filming with whatever comes to mind, and I hope you find it interesting. Well, sitting here on one of these dark autumn days which are heading into winter always depresses me to some degree. I have a satellite which I turn on when it gets dark, increasingly earlier and earlier in the day, and it's just gone 8 minutes past 4 now. By 4:30 it's going to be really dark, and the day is almost going, and I start to feel tired. So what I have to do during these months is to really boost myself up and do as many things as possible. Get out and about, exercise, meet people, visit showrooms. There's a lot of marketing to be done. There's all sorts of things that need doing in the office, and when I'm at home working in the office all day, then I just sort of do whatever comes into my mind that I need doing. I get distracted, and I'll do a bit of tidying up, I'll do a bit of sorting, I'll do a bit of media editing, I'll update my training course, I'll draw some images, I'll do a whole range of different things, and at the end of it I might think, well, what have I achieved? But like the free writing that my wife does, when I look back on it, I will have achieved a great deal, because lots of little things will have been done, lots of imaginary things for my wife will be put on paper, and she can refer back to that whenever she needs to. And I, the next day, can look at what I've achieved, and there will be probably 60, 70 individual things that I've done without realising it, all going towards a final at some point. Now, what I've been doing today is marketing for the company itself, not just in design but also in the Feng Shui workshops, which, while I'm at it, I will plug for the 14th and 21st of November at Rimodesio in Wigmore Street. Now, I talk to a lot of people about this. I see them running away when they see me coming, but ultimately I'm going to catch them up and talk about it, because I'm very adamant that Feng Shui is something that everybody should be looking at. Somebody should be telling you how to do it, but I'm not bossy with it. I give you the option, I give you the choice, but I run the workshops in the hope that many of you will come along, learn more, want to find out more, carry out more, and incorporate Feng Shui and well-being into all of your designs. Now, a lot of these designers and architects, naming no names, will say to me, but Feng Shui, isn't it just instinct? Some will say, oh yes, I really want to do the course, when's the next one? And others will say, yes, I really want to do it, but I haven't got time. And I think, well, it's a day. That's all it is, one day. I've whittled it down from 40 years to one day. I can fall asleep for a day and not know I've missed it. So going into a workshop, earning CPD points and learning how to use Feng Shui into your designs, whether you're an architect, a designer, or somebody who just wants to learn how to use it in their own home or office. It's one day, you can do it. And the subjects vary considerably, and it's now being left open not just in the afternoon to create mood boards, to look at different design concepts, but to keep it as a more open round table discussion on what's really interesting you about Feng Shui, how you can incorporate it into your design. So we leave it open. We use coat paints to create mood boards. We look at different examples of how it can be created. And often I have to go over things that haven't quite gelled with some of you. And we spend hours doing this, just getting it ready so that you can understand how to incorporate Feng Shui into your design. Now, other people say, it's of no interest to me. I'm just a fabric supplier, or I make rugs, or I sell wallpaper. Now, you're missing something quite important here, because Feng Shui is all about colour, shape, texture. It's how you choose fabrics, how you choose wallpaper, how you choose colour, not just from colour therapy, but for a totally different way. We look at it comparing Feng Shui and neuroscience. We can look at it as colour therapy, but there are more people out there better qualified on colour therapy than I am. So choose your colours, check it out before you use it. See if it works at another level, not just at a very high level, powerful, important Feng Shui level. So I point this out to them, even the people who design rugs. Well, if you're looking at designing rugs or you're selling rugs, why not create a range that follows Feng Shui principles? We can teach you how to do that. It's very easy. You've got everything there. There are companies out there that have done this already, that use it when they require. Jab, for instance, Decca. A whole range of different companies do it. And I help you support and carry this out. One company recently, after a lecture that I gave, a small one admittedly, at Raffles in London at the Global Hospitality Talk, realised that the art they supply could provide something incredibly powerful to interior designers, architects, residential, hospitality. That range is currently underway. Limited edition, very powerful, that images that we've created in collaboration with this company, more later, so that when you're putting a piece of art on the wall, it's not just colour, it's not just filling a space, it's not something that's nice on the wall because the colours fit in. You'll be able to choose it to have a much more powerful effect on your design. Nobody else is doing it, but these pieces of artwork are very, very powerful pieces. And your wallpaper can do the same. Your paint colours can do the same. Your rugs, your curtains. When it comes to furniture, choosing the right shape of the furniture and the fabric textures that go on that, the patterns within the fabric, all add to a very powerful concept of Feng Shui. I talked about this at Davidson of London. It was very well received, and I've had a number of people who listened to that talk come to my workshops, one recently. So there's a lot you can find out by getting in touch, looking at my website, coming along to the workshops on the 14th and 21st of November, and just being very open-minded and putting a day aside to really get to know what it's all about. Nothing is that important that you can't travel up to London, probably in London, go to the workshop for a day, work on Saturday, work a few hours extra in the week to get this working for you as individuals, as organisations, as groups. What do you think about it? Because there's a lot more to Feng Shui than many of you realise.